I have a number of questions to ask in this video. We saw PlayStation State of Play yesterday basically feature majority of third-party titles going everywhere. We also saw them feature their games that are going to PC. At the same time, we saw them also feature a remaster to a game that they basically just made or basically just ported to PC. At the same time, before all of this, we had a PlayStation former executive telling us that if PlayStation players want these new games, they need to pretty much invest in these cheaply and, low cost made remasters. This is Shuhei Yoshida's summary, basically, when he was on the Kind of Funny podcast. PlayStation could easily just go ahead and port this game to a new audience on, say, maybe PC, but that's going to be asking too much because, in quote, exclusivity matters. But exclusivity matters, yet they want to sell you 2 copies of the exact same game that you just bought. You do know the game is going to be sold to you, right? Who bought the first copy? Because who are they going to sell the new version of the game to? The person who didn't know about the game? No, it's you. They want you that who already bought the game to buy a copy of the game. Or you who probably weren't interested in the game to probably go ahead and say, well, they remastered it, so let me buy it. When there's an audience sitting there, all 30 million of them, and they may probably go ahead and buy your game and probably buy a lot of it. But if exclusivity mattered that much, why are you selling or attempting to sell multiple copies of the exact same game to the exact same audience? You did it with Horizon, PlayStation. You did it with Until Dawn with the remake. And more, this is going to continue to be a thing and a theme. And at the same time, whenever we talk about Xbox being committed to bringing games, people try to downplay that or make it sound like it's a bad thing or say, well, they're bringing their games to other platforms. They're the ones that are facing reality that no, once we're done selling on our platform and we need more money, we're just going to go to the other side and sell games. And the gaming press, the gaming media, the talking heads, everybody sees that as a bad thing. Yet I have not seen a single one of them actually come out to point to the irony or the idiosyncrasy. Is that even a word? I'll take it. That's called the remaster. The remaster of games that we basically just got off the shelf for the most part. When did Days Gone show up on PC, ladies and gentlemen? When? Because they're not remastering. I think they finally realized that the PC community has already caught on to this nonsense. And so they were like, whoops, we ain't going to give it because the Horizon Zero Dawn remastered. Everybody looked at it and said, the heck with that crap. Days Gone showed up on PC in 2021. So 4 years is now the, timeline for when the game's being ported. Wasn't it a 2019 game? So 6 years. A game that's functioning, perfectly well. Designed on Unreal Engine 4, where the developers got praise from Threat Interactive, the YouTube channel for the development team that's constantly talking about poor optimization and all that. They already remastered Marvel Spider-Man 2018, put a new voice actor there. They went ahead and gave you an Uncharted upgrade to PS5 pack for $10. This company's got no respect for its own customers. This is just the truth. I know you may be a PlayStation fanboy listening to this, but if nobody's going to tell you the truth, then maybe they should be questioned as to what the heck they're even bothering saying out there. I mean, think about it. This is one of the reasons I looked at PlayStation and I said, yeah, I feel comfortable abandoning my PlayStation library and I'm going to go and play games on PC. I looked at it and I was like, this is crazy. And this is all in light of PlayStation selling way more console units than it's done in a very long time. Yeah, this past Q4 for them, they sold a ton of PlayStation consoles. So what's the problem here? Well, number one, we know exclusivity is a whole bogus thing when it comes to PlayStation and Xbox. Those 2 consoles are basically Call of Duty, Fortnite, Apex Legends boxes, and everything EA can basically rehash every year. That's just the reality. And the gaming industry is now very expensive. Before you can come out here and make a game, you got to cough $200 million if you're PlayStation and Xbox and all the big names. So exclusivity is no longer feasible. You're about to get tired of these remasters. It's about to tire you. So what's going on? As much as these PlayStation players make fun of Xbox, or even some of the people who may consider themselves Xbox fans make fun of Xbox, you all are clearly lying to yourselves and ignoring the market. This has become so frustrating that people who are well aware of the situation, who probably have in some point in time reported or made, allusions to the situation at hand, are not, they're not acknowledging the truth and the reality that's actually right here in front of us. This year alone, we are barely halfway through February. We've not clipped the 15th or 14th of February, however you want to put it, and Xbox has already delivered to you already, right? About 3 or 4 games. And I'm not talking like, oh, we're coming with, these games that, no. I'm talking clean, brand new games. Clean. Yes, one of them is Ninja Gaiden Black. It's basically a remake, call it what it is, but it's a classic and it's, it's a thing. But even if we wanted to, throw that away, let's go to Sniper Elite. And these are games that are coming from their, partnerships with other studios, but they're bringing you one from the first party side, which is Avowed. Call it what you want. Hate the game all you want. Say it's not your kind of game. It's kind of boring, but it sure as heck is a brand new title that you can play. And you can play it for the same amount of money that it will cost you to actually go and buy Days Gone Remastered. Yes, I said so. It will cost you the same amount of money that it would basically take for you to go ahead and buy that remaster. If you didn't know it, know today. It's either you don't know or you don't care, or you buried your head in the sand and you didn't understand or realize that that is your reality. I don't have to spoon feed you. You live on Earth and you have access to the internet. You can always interpolate yourself to figure that out. So where is the value proposition in owning a PlayStation console? There is none. The moment anybody realizes what many people are realizing, they're going to ask themselves, what are we even doing here? What digital library are we preserving for games that we don't even remember after so many years? What are these CEOs and people actually selling to us when, yes, we like PlayStation and we're going to buy PlayStation for PlayStation, no problem. But you need to make moves if you're going to call yourself a console maker. You have all these consoles, but you barely have games, nor do you have what I think is sufficient value for your customers. And what's worse, the general talkativeness and the general talking head and the general media don't even call this stuff out. They just look at it and just laugh about it and leave it alone and walk away, only to go start pointing fingers. Xbox bad, Xbox dead, Xbox bad, Xbox dead. This is why I just looked at all this stuff and I said, nah, man, someone's got to say something. Because if nobody says anything, it's gonna be a shamble fest. I've not even hit play on this game. They're like, oh yeah, we remastered it. Bro, this is why Steam players are playing old games and are only playing a small percentage of these new games, because the backlog is insane, right? So when you decide you're going to engage the backlog, they come back and tell you, oh yeah, by the way, we're going to remaster this game that you already played. We're going to sell you the exact same game twice. I wouldn't dare attempt to tell you what to do with your money. However, I can tell you when, you're getting conned. And you are getting conned. If you're buying these remasters at this point in time, especially for these games, I'm not aware of how you can expect to see PlayStation advance in bringing good value to the ecosystem. I used to call this upselling, but man, this is no longer upselling. This is basically a scam. Call it what you want. Say, VG, you're going at PlayStation or whatever anymore, but this is just the truth. Even the most hardcore PlayStation fanboy knows it. Like, you can hear when they're talking about it, you can see the discomfort in their body language, that they know that this is a ruse. They understand it very well on the most, deep human level. They look at it and they're like, this is wrong. You know why? You know why they know that it's wrong? Because on the other side of the aisle, they're giving away the exact same thing for free. They're giving these upgrades of games for free to be able to play at 60 FPS patches, to be able to get higher resolution quality and all those things. They're giving them away for free. Yet they want to bill you for it because you bought their console. Keep buying their console and keep, celebrating console sales, because you want Xbox out of the market so that PlayStation can then go more and dig its claws into your neck. Yeah, people are celebrating this stuff, and I'm like, you don't understand strategic positioning. Many of you don't. And, honestly, I don't know what else to say about it. Me, on the other hand, I want both of them to be, fighting. And that's why I'm glad that Xbox is bending over backwards to do everything that PlayStation won't do. Because eventually people are going to just wake up. And that's what PlayStation is going to need. Right now, a lot of these PlayStation players, sorry to say, guys, you basically are sitting there and they brought a state of play with all these third-party games and a remaster, and you didn't throw a big stink on the internet, you're asleep. It's just the truth. But Xbox put its games on PlayStation, and you will not make noise until the game launches for months. And somehow we're supposed to think that the criticism is fair. Yeah, try again. Thanks for watching the video, guys. I'm here for this with the popcorn. Peace out.